Hi viewers, for today we are going to see flow of control in Python, which is a very important topic which defines the flow of control, that is how a program flows, how the statements are followed in Python. So these are the different types of flow of control. So these flow of control statement decides how a program gets executed. So there are three types of controlling constructs. Number one, sequence. Number two, selection and decision making. Number three, iteration or looping. So the first one, sequence, we have already seen with quite a lot of programs. So the sequence follows a structure in which the statements are executed one after the other. How are the statements executed? They are executed one after the other in a flow, unidirectional. It goes in one direction from top to bottom. It executes one statement after the other. There won't be any jumping or branching. So these type of program we have seen already, like area of rectangle, in which you get the inputs, you process and you output. It is the cycle, like input, process, output. It follows the same sequence. So now we are going to concentrate today on selection construct. What do you mean by selection construct? So when do we select? Only when we have a choice. See, directly if you have only one option, we don't call it a selection. You have to go for that option. Whereas when you have more than one option, you select either this or that. In that case, you are making a decision, right? So whenever there is decision making involved, you are selecting, we will be having more than one option to do, right? So in that case, how to do it in a program? For example, if it is very hot, you will not go out that day. If it is very cold, you will wear a jacket. So like that, there will be several if conditions, right? If something is happening, then I will do a certain set of things. So the same real life example goes here, right? If I score well in my exams, I will be taken to Darjeeling for summer vacation. So like that, I will have some sort of conditions or criteria to be satisfied to execute set of statements. So that comes under your selection flow of control. The syntax goes like this in your Python. If a condition will be given, if this condition is true, if this condition is met, then only the following statements will be executed. Otherwise, it goes to the else part. Else part, that is, if the condition is not satisfied, then it goes to the else part and executes the statements under else construct. So we are going to see it with an example in Python. So in the same area of rectangle, let us say, I'll continue in the same code. If the area is larger than 2000, right? If it is more than 2000, we can say it is a bigger plot or smaller plot. We'll decide whether it is a bigger plot or smaller plot. So for this, we are going to use this calculation again, right? So it is better to save it in a variable. Area is equal to LE into BR. We can do the calculation directly also in if statement, but it will be confusing, and again the processor time is used for calculation. So let us use the variable area inside the if construct. So what are we going to decide? If the area is greater than 2000, so followed by a colon. This goes with the syntax. After that, you can see the cursor all automatically comes to this place, leaving a 4 spaces from the beginning. So it means this is a part of the if statement. This is called indentation. Indentation conveys the compiler, conveys the interpreter that the following code is a part of the if statements. Okay, so we are going to print if it is greater than 2000, then we say it's a larger plot. So now we have not given else statement. Still we'll run the code and check out. So now I'm giving length as 450 and breadth as 300. So area is 135,000. So it's greater than 2000. It's a larger plot. So now let us re-execute the program. And now 120 into 10, 1200, but it did not give a smaller plot. Why? Because we did not mention that in else, right? It is still searching, it is still executing that criteria, but 1200 is the area calculated. 1200 greater than 2000 is false. So it will not execute, it will not enter this construct, it just comes out of it. Do you understand? See what we did? We gave length as 120 and breadth as 10, right? So length into breadth, you got area as 1200. So what happens after this calculation? It prints area of rectangle, it's 1200, and now it is checking if area is greater than 2000. If 1200 is greater than 2000, so it's false. It either returns true or false. So because it returned false, it will not enter this area. It will not enter the statement which has to be executed under if statement. Just comes out, right? So you have nothing to execute, nothing got printed. Now let us give an else. So your else has to be aligned along with if, and the statements which is given under the respective if or respective else should go with 4 tab spaces, which will be taken automatically when you press enter. So else we are printing smaller plot. So we are deciding based on the area whether it is a larger plot or smaller plot. Now let us re-execute. Now you see I am giving length as 100 and breadth as 2. So it's a smaller plot, right? Again I execute. Now I give length as 300, area is 6000, so it's a larger plot. Hope you understood how to give a simple if statement. This program helps you to do a code with simple selection, right? Simple criteria in which you decide whether it is a larger plot or smaller plot, right? So you are selecting the given area is larger or smaller. You are deciding whether the calculated area is larger or smaller. So in terms of decision making, we use if statements in Python, right? So we will see further about more if statements in the upcoming videos. That's all for this video. Bye bye.